My TGD fam, what's going on, everybody? Michael Edward here, head trader at True Trading Group. Welcome to the TTG live stream. I've got a super educational and informative live stream in store for all of you tonight, because we're going to be discussing a topic that a lot of traders struggle with, and that is how to buy pullbacks. A lot of traders struggle with how to know when this is a buyable pullback or when this is an absolute reversal and a crash. A lot of traders struggle with telling the difference of the two. I'm going to show you on this live stream here tonight how to make the distinction between a buyable pullback and a reversal or a type of a crash, where you don't want to try to catch a falling knife versus a beautiful pullback into a buying zone. I'm going to show you guys tonight on this live stream how to make that exact determination, because today, Palantir, big win for me today, guys. Got a really nice big size position because I was able to get long that stock on a pullback into a support level. So I was very close to my stop loss, which allowed me to really size up on that trade. And when I got the follow through, okay, a beautiful move. Okay, got long Palantir at 1680. That stock went all the way up to like 1850, 1860 later today. It was an absolute beautiful trade. It was textbook, an absolute textbook pullback buy, okay, or what some people call a dip buy, textbook. All right, so we're going to use that exact trade example here today. That's where I made all my money today on that Palantir trade, and we're going to walk through that. It's a perfect example, and that's what our lessons are going to cover here tonight on this live stream. Welcome if you guys are brand new to the channel. This is your very first time here. First thing you're going to want to do is subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell, and of course, smash that like button. Why? Because on this channel, I'm always doing live Q&As, answering questions, sharing with you guys trade ideas, trade recaps, general market commentary, educational content, whether it's trading related, technical trading, mental aspects of trading, day trading, swing trading, stocks, options, small caps, mid caps, large caps. We cover it all. Okay, we're streaming live right now on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. If this is your first time seeing my ugly mug, guys, my name is Michael Edward, head trader at True Trading Group. I began my trading career working for a hedge fund on Wall Street. We managed just under $500 million. While there, I went through an intensive 3-month educational training program that taught me everything that it is that I know and I implement in my trading here now today. And that allowed me to go on to receive a Trader of the Year award in 2008. And I shared that education with you all right here on this YouTube channel. So you're going to want to make sure you subscribe. And of course, like I said, turn on those notifications. All right. So we are going to start this live stream off the same way that we started off every single. Oh, we're also going to be talking about cannabis stocks. I forgot. We're also talking about cannabis stocks. We had earnings today on some of the big U.S. cannabis companies. All right, this has been a week of earnings for Green Thumb, Curaleaf. We're going to talk about and recap some of the cannabis earnings, blockbuster numbers coming out of those stocks. I'm going to bring on the cannabis wizard himself later tonight on this live stream. That's Jason Spatafor, the Wolf of Weed Street, my THD fam. You guys know him well. He's one of our pro THD moderators in chat, and he is an options guru, and no one knows the cannabis sector better than him. He has still not lost on a cannabis trade going back to like July or August. He's still not lost on one of those cannabis trades. It's absolutely incredible watching him trade those stocks. So I'm going to bring him on this live stream a little bit later to discuss the cannabis stocks with you. But until then, we're going to start off same way we do every night. That is with a live Q&A. Guys, go ahead, ask me questions. Okay, feel free. The floor is yours. All right, fire away. Whatever you guys have questions about, I am here to help answer. So guys, fire away, ask me questions. I'm going to give time for people to log on to the stream, and then we will get into the educational aspect of the live, which is going to be the cannabis stocks and then how to buy pullbacks. Oh, yes, of course, NIO. We're going to talk about NIO as well. Nice. Mark, what's up, man? Mark from Facebook. Welcome, bro. Will Palantir run? Oh man, where have you been? Where have you been? Palantir's up like literally 90% in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. Palantir literally went from like $8 or $9 to 18.50 in the last week and a half. So you're asking me, will Palantir run? Palantir has run. it has run. You know, we made some really good money long that stock today, but you know, I think that stock is due for a little bit of a cool off here in the next couple of days. I think it might have a little bit more room to the upside, but eventually I think that stock will cool itself off. So be careful chasing this stock up here. Yo, Robert Travisano says, I'm now part of the TGD family. Let's go. Yes, Robert, welcome to the family, bro. Welcome to the family. Woo! Steven Martineo says, I became a lifetime TGD member today. For anyone that's new, take it from me. I've invested money on other courses and memberships and wish I had found TTG first. Steven, welcome to the lifetime TTG family, bro. It's an honor for me to trade with you each and every single day for many years to come, my man. Many years to come. Jethro Nyson says, I'm giving up on mRNA after today. I would have given up on it after the a lot of people asked me after their vaccine news. You know, that's a sellable gap up on that vaccine news. Eventually, I think it might go higher. It might go higher in the next coming months, but that was, I think, a sellable gap up on that news. Alex from Twitter says, intrinsic and extrinsic value. I'm having trouble differentiating the two. Help, please. Okay, simple. All right, you're referring to intrinsic and extrinsic value. You're referring to options. Okay, and when it comes to options, it's made up of intrinsic and extrinsic value. All right, extrinsic value is also referred to sometimes as time value, is another phrase that you guys may hear called. So intrinsic value is the amount in which the underlying stock is above the strike price of a call option or below the strike price of a put option. Okay, so if you have a $100 strike call option, once the stock goes over 100, the option now has intrinsic value. So if you have a $100 strike call option and the stock goes to 101, you have $1 of intrinsic value. If the stock goes to 104, you have $4 of intrinsic value. Okay, and so on and so on. If you have a 100 strike put option, as the stock goes below 100, you have intrinsic value. So let's say you have a $100 strike put option. Okay, if the stock goes to 99, you have $1 of intrinsic value. If it goes to 95, you have $5 of intrinsic value. Okay, so that is intrinsic value on an option. Extrinsic value, also referred to time value, will take into account a few different factors. One being the amount of time that you have left on your contract before it expires. The more time you have until your contract expires, the more time value there will be on that contract. So let's say your contract expires in 2 weeks. You might have $3.50 of time value on that contract. And as you get closer to your expiration date, that time value slowly decays towards zero. So maybe today you have $3.50 of time value. Maybe tomorrow you have $3.30. Maybe the next day you have $3.10. The next day $2.90, $2.70, $2.50, and so on and so on and so on, until eventually when the contract expires, your time value will be zero because you have no time until your contract expires. It has expired. So when an option contract expires, it is only worth the intrinsic value. So if you have a $100 strike call option and when it expires, the stock is trading at 102.50, that contract will be worth $2.50. If you have a 100 strike call option and when the contract expires, the stock is at $99.85. That is below the $100 strike on the call option. Your contract will be worth zero. A contract cannot be worth negative. If you have negative intrinsic value or you have no intrinsic value in that sense, your contract is worth zero. Okay, so the contract is only worth intrinsic value at the time that it expires. Okay. Cool. Other factors that will add to your extrinsic value are implied volatility. That's going to be how volatile a stock, the underlying stock is, the size of the moves that stock makes. The more volatile the stock, the higher the implied volatility. If you're leading up to an earnings event or a major catalyst type of event, the implied volatility will go up because the likelihood of the stock making a bigger move is higher because of the catalyst. So like leading up into earnings, implied volatility gets very high. So your option contracts get very expensive. And then after earnings, the implied volatility drops So the price of the option will drop even if the stock doesn't move. And that's going to be extrinsic value is going to go down because your implied volatility is going to go down, but you're still going to have some extrinsic value because you still have maybe, let's call it a week before your contract expires. Okay. So that's how intrinsic and extrinsic value works. That's kind of the basic options 101. I hope that helps answer your question, Alex, and anyone else that was struggling with those two topics. Next question. Okay, M. Roy says, for intraday, what's better, do you think, to understand volatility? 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute charts. The shortest time frame that I use are 3 minute charts. I don't recommend anyone uses 1 minute charts unless you are a scalper. Okay, if you are a scalper, that means you are in and out of stocks within seconds. Like you'll buy a stock, you'll sell it in 45 seconds. Okay, then you can use 1 minute charts. If you're not a scalper, you should not use 1 minute charts. It's way too much noise. It's way too many, it gives you way too many false signals. And I think you're going to do yourself more harm than good. For me, I use the 3 minute chart. That's the shortest time frame chart that I use. I'm not a scalper, so I'm a traditional day trader and swing trader. My trades last several minutes to several hours long for my day trades. Like, you know, Palantir today was a long hold. My GP trade yesterday held for like, I don't know, 5 hours. So I'm a traditional day trader, and then I also do swing trade as well. So I don't use anything less than a 3 minute chart. Thomas Lee, how are you playing Tesla? I told everybody today to be careful on the low 460s in Tesla. So today in chat, I told everybody. Okay, I told everybody in chat this morning that be careful buying Tesla on this S&P inclusion news. That, you know, people you have a month for people before it actually gets added to the S&P, and there's major resistance in the 460s, and we gapped right into the face of that 460 level. And I told everybody to be careful. Do not chase the stock up here on this gap up that I actually thought it was a fadeable gap up today on Tesla. And we were right. We were right. So I'll just show you guys the chart, why I said that to everybody today in chat. This is obviously, you know, I mean, my THD family, you guys can confirm that this is what I told everybody today in chat. There's your resistance level in the low 460s. Okay, you guys can see resistance, and then we gapped up today right into the face of that level. And I told everybody, guys, this is a major resistance level. Be very careful getting long today on this gap up on Tesla. You guys can, you know, you could see a pullback away from that level, and you guys can see almost, look at that line. Okay, let me go back to the daily chart. So there's the line I drew on the daily chart, right? Then when I go to the intraday chart, look where that line lines up, dead smack even at the exact high of the day. And you see you got a very wrong indicator. You got a very sizable pullback away from that level. So saved everybody a lot of money today. You could have went after puts on this. You could have shorted Tesla in front of that level. I feel like that would have been a little bit of a risky play. I thought it was more likely we faded away from 462 rather than push through it. But, you know, shorting into that news would have been a risky play. In this situation, obviously, it would have paid big time if you guys got put options or if you shorted. The stock dropped like 25 points. So you could have made some serious bank on that. But I think that was a little bit of a risky play. I think that would have been a risky play. You know, the better trade would have been actually getting short Tesla right there once it broke below the initial morning low. See when it broke below the initial morning low? I'll zoom this in. See when it broke below the initial morning low, you actually had an increase in volume when the stock had the drop, and then you had a decrease in volume when the stock had to bounce back up to retest that prior low. That was the short, and then you could have rode this entire move down. That would have been the safer play. Okay, but by that point, I was already long a big position in Palantir, and I wasn't looking at the Tesla short at that moment. That's why I didn't trade it. I was in Palantir here today, and we were able to catch this move. This is a beautiful move on Palantir, guys. So like I said, we're going to talk about that Palantir trade, but I wanted to just talk to you guys there real quick about that Tesla. Nice, James. Great job, man. Hell yeah. James said that's exactly where I got short tested this morning. James, great trade, bro. Really great trade. Yes, Chris Botsis says, so Mike, there's a difference between in the money and out of the money? Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, we're going back to options. In the money means that you have intrinsic value on your option. Okay, so if a stock goes above the strike price of a call option, the option is said to be in the money. Okay, if the stock goes below the strike price of a put option, your option is said to be in the money. Okay. Yo, Jimmy Benson, my man. What's up? I just did a one-on-one with Jimmy today, guys. Halfway around the world, and now he's golfing right now while he's listening to my live stream. Jimmy, enjoy, brother. I really enjoyed our call today, man. Enjoy. What I was saying, yes. So in the money and out of the money. So yes, Chris, you're gonna have in the money, you're gonna have intrinsic value. Out of the money, it's gonna be all extrinsic. Okay, it's gonna be all extrinsic value. All right. Yes, Alex R says, Michael, do you have swing mentors or swing trades during the trial? Yes. So we actually have Jay Downing is a swing trader specifically. So all Jay Downing does is swing trade in chat. So Jay Downing calls out swing trades. He's been absolutely on fire lately. He's been crushing it. He's been absolutely crushing it. And then you also have the Wolf. The Wolf also does a lot of swing trading as well, especially on these cannabis stocks. Okay, so everyone's asking me about Alibaba. Jethro Nissen, I see a bunch of other people also asking me about yeah, Jay killed JMIA today. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, Paul, nice job. Nice. C-note, Paul. Great job, guys. Really great job on that JMIA trade. I'll pull up JMIA. I gotta show it. This is a beast. Okay, just a beautiful, beautiful swing trade. I'll go to the daily chart. Just a beautiful move on this JMIA, and this thing's just getting warmed up here, guys. So congratulations, everyone that capitalized on that JMIA trade with Jay. So yeah, like I said, Jay is our swing trader. He's a phenomenal swing trader. What was I just saying? Oh, Alibaba. Okay. What's holding Alibaba down? The concern with Alibaba, and it's not just Alibaba, it's all the big tech names in China. It's the communist regime getting a lot more involved than they already are in a lot of these companies and threatening to add some pretty serious regulation on those companies. That's why those companies have taken a hit. And there's concern there with the communist government in China, with the regulation that they're going to be putting on some of these companies. And that's what's holding Alibaba down. Okay, that's what's holding Alibaba down. If Alibaba was free to operate just on their complete own, without any interference or any regulation from the Chinese government, the stock would be trading much higher. Okay, next question. Oh, nice. Paul, my aloha. What's up, man? Aloha 999 in chat. Yeah, we rocked it today, man. Nice job. Really good day. Really good day. Hi, Minna. Guys, everybody on my live right now, everyone say, hi, Minna, go to bed. Everyone say, hi, Minna, go to bed. Minna, Uncle Mike misses you, but you got to go to sleep. You got to go to sleep. Ooh, State Ashbury. Good question. Mike, do you have any EV supply chain plays? Cathodes, copper, rare earth, Really good question. I actually, so one of the plays that we actually just, a lot of my members got into BLNK yesterday. And some people actually got into it again today. I actually like BLNK a lot. Not necessarily the rare earth or the supply chain EV play, but the infrastructure EV play, which is a similar concept to what you're looking for. You're looking for the supply chain play. I don't really have any of the supply chain play trades yet, to be completely honest with you, Asbury. And that's an excellent question. I think that I would need to look a little bit more into some of the rare earths and the lithiums and the lithium miners and a lot of those stocks got very hot when EV really kind of hit the scene, and then people started to realize that a lot of those companies were just not where they needed to be in order to handle the demand for these parts and for these these rare earth minerals and metals and all that kind of stuff. So I have not really looked into them enough to where I'd feel confident giving you like a long-term hold on some of the supply chain plays, but I like BLNK. There's Plug. I like Plug as well. But BLNK, we were talking about BLNK when it was at $10.80 in chat yesterday. A lot of my members jumped in that. I actually did not get into the trade. I was busy trading a bunch of other things. And unfortunately, we called it out in chat. We were talking about it, but I didn't actually enter the trade. But a lot of my members are already in BLNK. 1450 on BLNK is a major resistance level. A lot of people took profits off at that level, but if it can get through that, the stock should go to 18, and that's something that I have a very watchful eye on. Big Bala, it's personal preference. Big Bala says, I'm curious which scalpers. Do scalpers usually go in full size or do they use tiers? Both. Depends on the trader. Some scalpers will go full size. Some scalpers will tier in. It depends. Depends on that individual trader. Okay, everyone is asking me about NIO's earnings. So NIO had good earnings. Okay, NIO had good earnings. We'll talk about NIO. And this was expected. Okay, we expected to have good earnings, and the stock has not moved. Okay, stock has not moved. Now, considering they had good earnings and the stock literally has not moved. Okay, this is exactly where the stock closed. Okay, the stock closed and we're basically right at where we closed. Nothing much has really happened on NIO, which in my opinion is a sign of weakness. Okay, my opinion, that's a sign of weakness. And I think once NIO breaks below this support level, that it is look out below. Okay. You actually may start to see a bit of maybe even like a sloppy head and shoulders pattern start to form on NIO, and I'll draw it out for you guys. I'll show you guys exactly what I'm looking at here. You may have a sloppy head and shoulders pattern form here on NIO. Okay, so here's a sloppy head and shoulders pattern. Okay, here it is, and here's your neckline. And what I will show you guys is this support level. This is what I'm looking at for tomorrow. So I'm giving you all a gem right now. I'm giving you all an absolute gem. This is my play for tomorrow. My play for tomorrow is short NIO on a break below this neckline. Okay, so I'm looking for NIO. See this support level that I just drew here? You can draw it across all these multiple lows. Okay, you can draw it all the way across all these multiple lows. All right, so here, oops, I didn't mean to, hold on. This line's not cooperating with me. Come on, there we go. Nope, hold on guys, I'm gonna redraw this properly. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here's your levels. Let's see if I can draw this all the way out. There we go. So here you guys go. So here's your support line. Okay, here is your support line. And what you guys will notice is support on the 10th, support on the 11th, support on the 13th, support. Oops, I didn't mean to grab that. So, God damn it. Come on. There we go. Support on the 16th, and then support after hours today on the earnings. This is my level. Okay. This is my level. All right. So I'm going to be looking for NIO to tomorrow break below this neckline. If NIO breaks below that neckline, I'm getting short. I will cover some at 40, and then I'm holding. And then I'm holding. I'm looking for NIO to, over the next couple of days, work its way down into the mid 30s. Okay. I'm looking for NIO to get down to $35. $35 is going to be my target on NIO. So I'm telling you guys all this now. Okay. We'll see if I'm right. I'm going to be coming on tomorrow doing a live stream. I'm going to tell you guys, see, I told you so. All right. So we'll see what happens. It might not happen tomorrow. Maybe it happens the next day, but over the next 1 or 2 days, this is going to be my trade setup on NIO. Again, I'm looking for a short below this trend line on a sloppy head and shoulders pattern. And if that neckline triggers, I'm looking for a move down towards 35, 36. All right. So there we go. There it is, folks. That's my play. You guys heard it here first. All right. That's my play. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens tomorrow. And like I said, if this doesn't happen tomorrow, maybe it happens the next day, but that's the setup that I'm looking for. All right. So everyone that asked me about NIO, I mean, guys, come on. Everybody asked me about NIO. I got a lot of questions about NIO. So there you guys have it. There's my entire breakdown, my entire analysis on NIO. Okay. There you guys have it. Oh my God, that's incredible. Arvind M. Guys, just to give you an idea of what TTG is all about, Arvind M says, I became a TTG lifetime member today. I just became a TTG trial member last Thursday. Then I became an annual member on Friday. So from someone who hasn't heard about TTG from last Wednesday to lifetime member in just 4 weekdays. Yes, Arvin, man, sick. I'm so happy, bro. I can't wait to be trading with you every single day, man. Every day for years to come, brother. For years to come. That's what TTG is all about, guys. That's why once you guys join the team, you know, I'm telling you, you guys are going to want to hang your hats with TTG for your trading career. Believe me. Believe me. Ooh, somebody is sour today. Happy days. You're not very happy. Womp womp. Let's see next. Next question. No, Alex, you can absolutely start your trial tomorrow. You don't want to wait till after Thanksgiving. Why? You can start your trial tomorrow. What's my outlook on the SPY? SPY is really tough here, guys. SPY is really tough here. The SPY is really tough here. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. You know, I think that the SPY could get very choppy in this range. I think the SPY can get very choppy in this range. I do. You know, you've got resistance up there at the all-time high, and then you've got support down there in the low 350s. You know, this could be a choppy trade. This could be a choppy trade. You know, then we've got restrictions being added on a lot of states because of the rising COVID cases. You know, those COVID cases are not slowing down. They're getting worse. There's no stimulus, but there's the vaccine hopes. There's the positive vaccine news. But a vaccine being distributed to the public is months away. How far into the future can the market look? Because we've got the vaccines. We know that now. So the market, that's why the market's not panicking at 150,000 new cases a day. The markets are like, whatever, because we know the markets trade, usually like 6 months forward looking. So the market's looking past these next 2 to 3 months of really, really bad winter COVID spikes, because within 4 to 6 months, you'll have a vaccine being distributed and people will start to be vaccinated, and you'll have stimulus by then. So the markets for the time being are looking past COVID cases, and they're looking forward towards multiple vaccines at this point, and stimulus come January, February. So right now the markets are looking past it. So it's a really tough area for me to sit here and say, yeah, guys, load the boat in calls or load the boat in puts. I think it's going to be a tough trade. And I've stayed away from the SPY these last couple of days. I've stayed away from the SPY, have not traded it these last couple of days. There's been better opportunity elsewhere. And I'm not going to trade the SPY until I see a really clear setup. And with the action that I've seen over the last week, it's choppy. I mean, that's choppy. That's not directional movement. That's just kind of trading in a channel, trading in a range. So I'm not looking to trade the SPY. Now, listen, maybe something happens, maybe tomorrow we get a big gap down and that changes. But for right now, my focus is elsewhere. And I think there's better opportunity. I think there's higher probability setups elsewhere. UVXY, good time to buy? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. FSLY. I actually like FSLY long term. I like FSLY. What are my thoughts on Goldman Sachs price target S&P 3,700? Yeah. This year, I don't know. I don't know if we get there this year. But next year, definitely. Next year, I think you're looking at 3,800 to 4,000. Jarrell says, if NIO goes down, do you think it will drag down the other EV tickers? Absolutely. Jamie says, Mike, have you talked about Boeing yet? I've not talked about Boeing. Congratulations to all of you that bought Boeing in your long-term portfolios when I told you guys to. You guys are up very nice on that Boeing position. Big move in Boeing over these last couple of days on the reopening trade. I wouldn't chase Boeing up here over 200. I wouldn't chase it. I do think you'll get a little bit of a pullback before that stock eventually goes back over 250. How do I decide to scale? How do I decide to scale into a trade, whether it's day trading or swing trading? How do I decide how to? So depends on the setup. It's too broad of a question. It really depends on the setup. Sometimes I'll go tier one. Tier one for me is 25% of my desired position. So let's say I wanted to buy 10,000 shares of something. Tier one would be 2,500. Okay. Tier one would be 2,500. It's just too broad of a question. That's an entire lesson on its own. It's an entire lesson on its own for me to have to go through, like, what makes me basically, put it this way. If you think you see a setup, but you're not quite sure, you can go tier one. Okay. And then when you get confirmation that what you thought you saw is actually confirmed, and you find out that, okay, I was right. Like I thought I saw this, and it turns out that I'm right because of a specific price action that you just got or confirmation with the volume increase. That's when you can add to your full size. Jorge Romero says, Mike, do you like Palantir long-term? I do like Palantir for long-term. We actually, a lot of members, so Jason, one of our pro traders, actually bought Palantir for a long-term portfolio hold at $10. Okay, he bought it at $10 shortly after the IPO, and he is still holding it. So he's up, what is that, 80%? 80% on his position already, long at $10. So he's still in it. It was a long-term portfolio ad for Jason. And like I said, I'll have him on here in a few minutes. He's going to be talking about the cannabis earnings, and maybe he'll drop you guys a couple notes on Palantir. But yeah, I like Palantir long-term. Jason likes Palantir long-term. A lot of our members are long from $10. Ted Donnie, how about Beyond Meat for long-term? I actually don't really like Beyond Meat long-term. James Hong says, Mike, do you invest in emerging markets at all? Yes, I do. I have a very diversified portfolio. I have multiple portfolios. With different investment strategies. One of them is an emerging markets centric portfolio. So I do invest in emerging markets, yes. Is NIO going to be the next Tesla? It's way too early to make that call. It's possible. I don't think anything will be. I think Tesla is solidified as like the Amazon of the EV market. I don't think anyone will ever catch Tesla. I don't think anyone will ever catch Elon Musk. He's so far ahead in that entire industry. I don't think anyone will ever catch him. I don't. So, can a lot of these EV stocks obviously go on to become, fantastic companies? Yes, they can. Will they catch Tesla? I don't ever think they will. Mo Sani, don't look too much into that. Mo Sani says, Mike, how can we use the market close imbalance? Listen, how could you use it? Don't. That would be my advice. Why would anyone buy puts or calls out of the money? Well, because you have a higher, your percentage profit will be higher. Okay. Your percentage profit will be higher. Do I like Fisker? No, absolutely not. I do not like Fisker. That guy has gone bankrupt like 5 times making that car. I don't believe this time is going to be any different. I'm sorry. I do not believe in Fisker. No, I don't know what it is. No. Okay, I just don't. I'm sorry. Yes, I do use my Peloton. I actually just moved the Peloton. I actually just moved the Peloton in here because I have too many Christmas decorations going on where my Peloton used to be. So, what was I saying? Oh, why would anyone buy out of the money versus in the money options? Because when you buy out of the money and the option goes into the money, your percentage gain will be greater than if you buy in the money and it just continues to go in the money. So it's a risk reward type of thing. So when I buy options, I like to buy options that start out of the money, but then if the stock does what I think it's going to do, it'll go into the money. Nas A says, can you explain what rotation is in terms of stocks? I hear that term a lot and I don't know what it means. So rotation means when institutional money sells out in a sector of the market that they've been very, very long and heavily invested in, they sell out or they take profits in that sector and they move their money somewhere else. Okay, so what you're hearing people talk about now is the rotation trade out of high growth tech names and into value names, is what you're hearing. You're hearing people, because growth names, high growth tech stocks have been what is, have led the markets higher for the last several years. And the NASDAQ has led the way. And it's been Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, the Microsofts of the world have led the markets higher. Those are your high growth tech names, NVIDIA, right? These are your high growth names. And when you're hearing people talk about the rotation, you're talking about institutions selling those stocks, taking profits, and then taking that cash and putting it into value stocks. Like JP Morgan, Johnson and Johnson, Nike, McDonald's, Pepsi, and those different, some healthcare stocks. What do I think of Apple's growth over the next month? I mean, that's a really short time frame. You've got, I think Apple's going to do just fine. I think Apple's going to do Apple. People are going to come out. They're going to buy the new iPhone. Now, listen, it's Apple's actually in a random is in a weird spot, because I actually believe that with everything that happened with COVID and everybody kind of losing their jobs and small business owners being affected with their revenues and sales and all this, a lot less people are going to be willing to spend $1,000 for a phone than they maybe would have been last year. However, it's funny because the amount of upgrades from the 10 to the 11 was actually very low. So analysts are expecting there to be a big jump because you had a lot less upgrades from 10 to the 11. So people that will now upgrade to the 12, they expect that number to actually be pretty high, which could counterbalance any potential downfall in people that are not willing to spend the money to buy the 12. You might get the upgrades from the 10 to the 12 because you had less from the 10 to the 11. So it might just kind of cancel each other out, and Apple just does Apple, and it does its thing, and Apple is Apple. And I think that listen, Apple's my biggest holding in my long-term portfolio by far. Okay, it is my biggest holding by far. I think if it's your long-term portfolio, you've got to own it. You've got to own it. Ali says, is it possible with $25,000 to be a full-time trader? Absolutely, it's possible to be a full-time trader with 25 grand. Absolutely. All right, so guys, what I want to do here, actually, guys, what I want to do here now, great questions today, guys, by the way, great questions, really great questions. Good questions. Nice session. What I want to do here now, before I get into the lessons of the day, I want to take some questions from some newbies. Okay, it's a new thing I've kind of been doing here. I'll take, general questions for the first 30, 40 minutes or so. And then, 45 minutes, I took some regular questions from you guys. And now I'm going to take the last 10 minutes and I'm going to take questions from newbies. Okay. I want to take questions from newbies. If you are a brand new trader, you've never traded before, you're just looking to get started, you feel like you've got questions, but you think they're stupid questions, do not be shy. There is nothing to be shy about. Okay. If you have a question, then I guarantee you somebody else has the same question. I've been doing this for 16 years, but don't forget, at the beginning of those 16 years, I had a day one also. So don't be shy. If you are a newbie, go ahead, fire away, ask a question. Exactly, Chance Vega. Everyone had a day one. So that's what I mean by don't be shy. Don't feel like your question is stupid. All right, there's no such thing as a stupid question. John Mooney, who is moving the stock price up and down? Who is behind it? All of your buyers and sellers in the market. It's me, it's you, it's Goldman Sachs, it's Warren Buffett, it's your next door neighbor, it's your coffee shop owner, it's your mom, your dad, it's pension funds, it's mutual funds, it's every single market participant. It is simply supply and demand. When there's more buyers, the stock goes up. When there's more sellers, the stock goes down. Marco Santa, how do offerings affect stocks? Offerings affect stocks because when a company raises money at a specific price, the company is basically telling the market what their shares are worth. So If you have a company that's trading at $20 a share and the company raises money at $15 a share, the company is basically telling the market our stock is worth $15 a share, and the stock will typically drop down towards that $15 a share. What is a good software trading platform to use? If you are a beginner and you're in the US, I recommend E-Trade, Thinkorswim, Charles Schwab. They've got fantastic customer service. They've got good resources. They've got good tools, and they have commission-free trading. If you're not in the US, I would say Interactive Brokers, Webull are also really good. Marco Santana says, great channel, man. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Alex Neri says, what are offerings? Offerings are when a company, okay, raises money by selling a large amount of shares at a specific price. Okay, so when a company wants to raise money, they'll do an offering. Let's say the stock's at 20. They go out and they say, okay, guys, we're going to sell shares at $15. We're looking to raise 100 million bucks. Who wants some shares at 15? And hedge funds, institutions, private wealth management guys all come in and they say, oh, well, I'll take $1 million at 15 shares. I'll take 5 million. I'll take 10 million. And the company raises money at $15 a share. Their investors give the company the money, so they have operating capital to invest and grow their business. And in return, those investors get shares at $15. That is an offering. Somebody just asked, DoorDash filed for an IPO. What are your thoughts? My thoughts are stay very far away from the DoorDash IPO. I would not touch the DoorDash IPO with your money if you gave it to me, because DoorDash saw a massive spike in business and revenue and growth because of COVID. Now they're filing to go public to take advantage of that move and of that growth. But once COVID is behind us, which in 2021, by the end of 2021, it will be, I think it's going to be absolutely damn near impossible for DoorDash to keep up with the growth they experienced here in the second half of 2020. I think it's going to be impossible for them to maintain that growth in 2021 and 2022. And I think you're going to have a clear, clean example of DoorDash is going to IPO. The stock's going to shoot higher off of hype, off the growth, COVID. And then for the next 2 years, they're going to disappoint. They're going to disappoint. They're going to disappoint. They're going to disappoint. And they're going to disappoint. So I'm staying far away from DoorDash. Priority, no problem, brother. It's my pleasure. Airbnb IPO is a little bit different. Before COVID, I was staying far away from Airbnb because I thought they were so overvalued on their valuation. It was nuts. Then COVID hit. Obviously, the company got rocked from COVID. But now I'm seeing a valuation around 15 billion. That stock before COVID was looking at over a $30 billion valuation company. And so it looks like that valuation has gotten cut in half, which now I like a lot better. And I actually think that Airbnb is doing actually a great job at kind of evolving and adapting to deal with COVID and take advantage of people not wanting to necessarily go on planes or stay in hotels and are looking more for that rental where they don't want to go to a hotel and be in an elevator with someone. They don't want to go to a hotel and be in a lobby with other people. They want to rent their own house, or they want to rent their own whatever and just kind of be isolated. So, and I think Airbnb is doing a really good job of taking advantage of that. So I actually think Airbnb, with this new haircut on their valuation because of COVID, actually provides a really good opportunity for investors. So if they do go public at that valuation, I actually do like it. I love Walmart. I love Walmart. One of my favorite stocks. I do love Walmart. Very impressed with their management and their ability to innovate and their ability to implement technology into their platform. I use this analogy a lot, that Walmart right now reminds me a lot of Amazon many years ago, because Amazon, you're forgetting, started out as a website that sold textbooks. That was Amazon. Now look at what Amazon does. Okay, so you want to talk about a company that was constantly evolving and adapting and growing their business. I see a lot of that in Walmart. Walmart was going after the TikTok acquisition. Okay. So like, you want to talk about a management team that's trying to really evolve their company, and they've done a fantastic job with including, online retail into their business model. And I think that their management team has the right idea with trying to expand into other areas, that I actually like Walmart a lot long term. Keith Almeida, there's no such thing. Keith Almeida says, is it a good idea if you are sure a stock is going to skyrocket at the bell if you buy at 9:29 a.m.? If you buy 9:20 a.m. pre-market and put a stop loss at 1% to trigger open, preventing either a loss of 1% or huge gains. It's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea. First of all, there's absolutely no way that you can know for sure a stock is going to skyrocket at the bell. I do not teach our traders to buy at the opening bell. It is a complete crapshoot. You're chasing. All you're doing if you're buying at the opening bell is chasing momentum. I don't teach any of our members to chase momentum. We wait for patterns. We wait for setups. Setting a stop loss at an arbitrary number of 1% means nothing. You're going to get stopped out 100 times and the stock can still continue higher. 1% is absolutely nothing. So to just buy the stock at 9:29 and set a 1% stop loss is not a good strategy coming out of the opening bell. The opening bell is usually the most volatile time in the opening in the morning session, because you're dealing with all the order flow that's hitting the market at the exact same time. And a lot of times you get these very whiplash moves right off the bell as all that order flow comes in and gets satisfied. You're going to get stopped out on that every single time if you just buy at the bell and you just set a 1% stop loss. It's not worth it. All right. Okay, guys. So I think that just about does it there for our Q&A. All right. So guys, awesome. Great job with the questions. My newbies that were asking questions, great job. Guys, do not be shy if you guys are newbies. I'm telling you guys, whether you never trade a stock a day in your life or you've been trading for 25 years, okay, there's a place for you here in True Trading. We have members that have never traded stock a day in their life, but then we also have members that have been stockbrokers at Morgan Stanley for 20 years. We've got licensed financial advisors in the US and Canada. We've got a wealth management fund manager from Australia who manages money for 50 different high net worth individuals. We've got a lot of professionals and we've got a lot of newbies as well. So don't be shy. All right. Don't be shy. This is not a place where you get shunned if you feel like you ask a stupid question. There's no such thing. All right. So for those of you that are brand new, if you guys are, this actually brings me to a quick little point that I want to share with you guys, is that for those of you that are interested in kind of like getting your feet wet and kind of getting a feel for what it's like to be part of a trading community, we do have a 7-day trial. Okay. We do have a 7-day trial for those of you that are interested. You guys could actually join our 7-day trial for just a one-time payment of $3. It's just $3. It's not reoccurring. You get 7-day access to our dashboard, which is going to give you guys access to our stock profile tool, which is unlimited for any stock. It gives you general info, SEC filings, news, insider transactions, as well as a compilation of all the analyst ratings for that particular stock. It gives you a downloadable PDF report. That's with your 7-day trial. You also get our daily premium watch list, shows you all the stocks that are on our list, what we're watching on the day, what we expect those stocks to do. You also get 3 sample courses that are a condensed or a shortened version from the courses that are included in our regular membership. But nonetheless, these are 3 courses, multiple chapters, multiple lessons in each course, guaranteed to help make you guys better traders. I promise you. And then you also have 3 days of access into our live trading chat room, where we share our screen, we're live on the microphone, we send out real-time trade alerts. You can DM our pro moderators and ask questions throughout the day. It's important, you guys, as a trial member, though, you will not be able to use our mobile app. That's for full-time members only. So you're going to have to actually be in chat to get the trade alerts if you guys are a trial member. Okay, again, this is just a one-time payment. It is not reoccurring. Okay, it's not reoccurring. It's a one-time payment. You guys can go to ttgthree.com. See if TTG is right for you guys. It's a one-time payment of $3. That's it. It's literally $3. It's a cup of coffee. It's a candy bar. You guys, what do you guys have to lose? Okay, but that's where you guys can actually go and you guys can get yourself started and get yourselves either start with that education, get your feet wet, or just kind of get yourself familiar with the TTG platform. Okay, so with that being said, I want to get down now to the educational lessons on the day. where we are going to be talking about how to buy pullbacks. Okay, how to tell the difference that it's a buyable dip, it's a buyable pullback, or it's a reversal, or it's a crash, or a sell-off, and you guys don't want to try to catch that fully knife. How to tell the difference between those two. I'm going to cover that with you guys on this live. I'm also going to be discussing with you. I'm going to bring on Jason, the Wolf of Weed Street Spatafor, one of our pro moderators, our pro traders in chat, and cannabis guru. He's going to talk to you guys about some of the cannabis stocks. Before we get that started, I want each and every single one of you guys right now, before I bring Jason on, I want you guys to smash that like button for me right here, right now. Let's see if we can get ourselves up to 500 likes on this video. It shows me how much you guys appreciate the time, energy, and effort that I put into this for you. I do these live streams for you. I answer all of your questions for you. Okay, I provide you with golden nuggets of educational information and insight, the same stuff that I learned working at a hedge fund. I do this to help you guys become more consistently profitable traders. So when you smash that like button, it's your way of saying, thanks, Mike, I appreciate you. Keep this channel going, keep this channel growing. And it also helps out with that YouTube algorithm as well. So guys, smash that like button, show me how much you guys appreciate it. And now with that said, I'm going to bring on Jason Spatafor, the Wolf of Weed Street. Guys, he is the leading voice in the cannabis space. He has not missed on a cannabis trade since the summer. He is the recipient of several Cannabis Business Awards. He's been published in Men's Journal. He's been published in Forbes. He's been published in Penthouse. I mean, he's been quoted, in several different publications. He provides insight to some of your contributors on CNBC. Nobody knows the cannabis space better than him. He's been ripping these cannabis trades apart with our members. So with that said, guys, without further ado, I welcome you guys, Jason, the Wolf of Weed Street Spatafora.
Hey, you make me blush.
Hey guys. I try to, just kind of feed into the.
And guys, I'm here the whole time. I'm just listening. I love the questions, guys. Yes, guys. Wolf. Yes, the cult of Wolf is strong. So today we had a very fun day. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, right? True Leaf was going, followed by Cure Leaf, I'm never surprised by the reaction of the cannabis traders and just kind of everybody out there. And I think I mentioned this yesterday to you guys. I said that pot stock investors are some of not the TTG people and not you guys because you're here, so don't say anything. They're some of the most skittish investors and traders out there, because a lot of times they're just buying shiny objects, right? This is why Mike talks about not chasing momentum and chasing setups. For pot stocks, it's really chasing a lot of the fundamentals and growth. And I know a lot of people were burned in 2019 with all the Canadian pot stocks, but it's all relative, right? Because a lot of people, myself included, just absolutely killed it from 2016 to 2019. So it really all depends on when you get in. But one of the things that has definitely come out, and everybody is becoming a little bit more aware of, is the complete divergence from the Canadian market and the US market. So we've got two more big MSOs to go. We've got Cresco Labs, which is CRLBF, which will be reporting tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. And then we have TerraSend, TRSSF, which reports on Thursday. Both are in the long-term Wolf ETF, as it has been called. One day there'll be a Wolf ETF. Yeah, but one of the things that we said is just kind of the earnings and how it was going to play out. And one of the things I talked about here and on Twitter, and especially in True Trading Group, was what some of these things were going to do. So we had Green Thumb that went last week, and it just completely destroyed estimates. It beat estimates by 22 million. everything positive, positive, positive. Just it beat all around. And you know, for TrueLeave, what I had said and what I'd been saying, you know, I've got the receipts because I tweeted this, is that I thought that TrueLeave was going to be the laggard. Not for any other reason, but the market just kind of being stupid and thinking, well, yeah, these are a beat from the last quarter. So they beat last quarter by 13%. They did 136.5 million in revenue. Let me pull up the numbers because I got them fresh right here. 136.3 million, an increase of 13%. Adjusted EBITDA of 67.5 million, or 50% of revenue. So it was a beat. Now people are like, well, why isn't it more? And the reason being, guys, they were opening a dispensary every other week in the state of Florida. I mean, Green Thumb, for example, didn't open any. Cureleaf opened a bunch. But this just kind of goes to show you that a lot of investors, especially in this space, aren't really thinking about this, you know, on a longer timeline. And with these MSOs, I promise you, you have got to look at this on a longer timeline. You know, we've got so many catalysts and so many things that could be just a massive game changer for all of these companies, and they're right there for us. You know, one of the things that really struck me is, so Kim Rivers was on CNBC tonight. Kim Rivers is the CEO of TrueLeave. And all of these companies are basically paying taxes under a designation of 280E, okay? And I know that means nothing to you. Most businesses, like my business, does not pay taxes under that. You know, to put it in kind of layman terms, they don't get the write-offs that a normal business would get. And Kim really put it into context. She said this year they've already paid, you know, upwards of $70 million in taxes. Okay, if they were paying business taxes the way normal businesses would pay, they would be getting 40 million back. Now just think of that. Okay, that's a swing of $110 million. Okay, 70 that they're not paying and 40 that they're getting back. Okay, it's a huge difference. It's massive game changer for valuation, and then and revenue and growth and profit margin all across the board. Okay, another thing that you guys need to understand, because I'm going to say this because we're pretty much through all the big companies. You have to start looking at this as, you know, a much bigger, a much longer time horizon. Okay, TrueLeave, for example, operates in a state primarily that is just medical marijuana. Okay, 2% of the people in Florida have medical marijuana cards. 2%. What happens when Florida goes recreational? Okay, so you have to think about that. All the analysts are really thinking about it. They Beacon Securities, after the earnings came out, raised the price target to 64 from 55. Okay, that's to just kind of give you an idea. All right, so really pay attention to these companies and adjust your timeline and adjust the way that you're, you know, like, guys, the way that I really made all of my money was by sitting in a lot of these companies and just staying very active in them. And what I mean by staying active is, you know, if it makes like an oversized move, I take some profit. And when it dips, I reload, you know, with caution. Okay. Obviously that only works if you're buying good companies. If you're buying like penny stocks, I don't suggest that. Just take your profit. All right. So TrueLeave, it dipped right off the bell. Okay, dropped about $1, and I'm just like, this is crazy. And it pulled a couple of the other companies down with it, and that dip just got gobbled up by anybody that with half a brain. All right, so then we had Cureleaf, which is after the bell, which is my second biggest position. Cureleaf is CURLF. You know, one of the interesting things about Cureleaf is one, their revenue growth is just explosive. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you just kind of some of the numbers. 42.3 million adjusted EBITDA. All right. The estimate was 37 million. So that's a beat. Revenue 193. The estimate was 195. So it's a $2 million miss. Okay. But this is where that doesn't matter so much. The EPS, they were saying -3 cents EPS. It came in at -1 cent. That's great. Managed revenues, guys, were just absolutely nuts. The growth, let me pull it up. It was just crazy. 164% growth year over year. All right. To date, okay, that's this year, $419 million. And third quarter adjusted EBITDA of 42.3 million. Okay. Tomorrow, Cresco Labs is going. That is the next big one. You know, if you're looking at it in terms of market cap, it's basically, you know, True Leaf, Green Thumb, Curaleaf, Cresco, TerraSend. TerraSend TRSSF, which goes Thursday. So I think that, you know, impact-wise, I'm expecting a big day for Cresco Labs, just because the last quarter, debt was something that was on a lot of investors' minds. Like, all right, you know, are they managing their debt properly? Because, you know, this was kind of like Cresco Labs came out before a lot of these, and they came out at a time when, you know, free, like cheap money was really available, and that cheap money turned out to be an anchor for a lot of companies. So last quarter, to give you an idea, you know, the estimates were for -5 cents EPS, and then they came in at 1 cent, which just shows that it's going in the right direction. I think that they're going to pull 120 million revenue. I was off on True Leaf, for example. I thought 135. They came in at 136. But I think Cresco making that move tomorrow is, you know, impact-wise, you know, on PPS and growth, I think could, you know, longer term, I think maybe a lot of people are just kind of, this is going to be the earnings, which is going to make people, you know, kind of have that shit or get off the pot moment. I have a pretty big position in the company, same as Green Thumb, Curaleaf, and TerraSend. I don't have a position in True Leaf anymore. It's still one of my favorite companies. I don't have a position for various reasons, kind of like, you know, if you've ever heard the AMD story, why I don't own AMD anymore and why I don't want to hear about AMD. But basically, guys, I bought 36,000 shares of True Leaf at $8. I sold it for an average of 19, and this is 2018. And then, you know, pulled back. I thought it was going to come back down a little bit further. I waited, and then it just kept on going. And then I was just like, I can't buy it. I can't justify it. I have traded a little. TTG, our members are in at 17 and 19 and a half, which is just great. You know, now we're sitting at $27, but we still have a lot of catalyst for the United States. You know, my big expectation for Cresco is, you know, they're a pretty big operator in the state of Illinois. The state of Illinois' recreational cannabis sales have just been bananas, like absolutely bananas. That's what drove Green Thumb to have the revenues that it had this quarter. And those numbers have just been improving every single week. So I'm expecting big things. Now, I also wouldn't be shocked, you know, that if we get a little bit of a pullback. I am certainly going to trim part of my position. I'm definitely going to take some profit, bank some profit, and then maybe look to enter some more speculative positions that I think people just haven't really discovered yet. Doesn't mean I'm going to blow out of my positions by any means, But, I'm always looking for, a dip that I can't refuse. So, the US market is really the only place I want to be. I mean, I saw some Canadian companies making moves today. I saw some of you mention Village Farms. I have no idea why Village Farms made that move. I'm not a big fan of tomatoes. And I still look at the entire Canadian sector as just a trade. Like GRWG, Grow Generation, I don't understand why that thing is $27. Look, I'm happy that it is. I think that's probably a really easy one to get FOMO on and get burned on. Why do I hate Aurora? Aurora's price right now, if you divided it by 12, is like 60 cents. The reason I hate it so much is because it's probably the number one company advisors put people interested in pot stocks in. And if you look back to March of 2019, when I went short, it was $10.35. That's right when Nelson Peltz came in. Nelson Peltz has since quit the board. They just have way too much debt, $2 billion in write-downs. I think that when all is said and done, Aurora is going to be a warehouse with a can of, Campbell's like chunky beef stew, just sitting on like an empty table in the middle of, a place where all of these, grow rooms used to be. So that's kind of my perspective. Harvest was, I actually just got out of my harvest position. I believe it was yesterday, and I took that harvest position and immediately threw it into a dip in Green Thumb yesterday at $19.57, and then I sold that position. Did I sell that position today, or did I sell another position? Well, I sold a position today at 20.25. I think it was the position from yesterday. So yeah. So that's what's up. Any questions? I kind of ran a little bit there, and yes, guys, Carol did
it. Yeah, guys, take advantage, guys. If you have questions about any of these cannabis plays, the time to ask is now.
Why is Harvest trading so low? Look, I actually participated in Harvest before it went public. Harvest trading so low. They've had some issues with some of the deals that they did in Massachusetts, and that's same with Acreage. Acreage had, there was something, they're basically, without saying they got caught. Like I kind of have the inside scoop because I know some of the private operators. They got, a couple of cannabis companies got popped in Massachusetts for trying to bribe their way into like licenses and stuff like that. No, it never really came to light. But then, they were also taking cheap money, getting in trouble, and then it's like, look, the reason that True Leaf, Green Thumb, Curaleaf are performing so well and they're putting up the numbers that they are is because the management teams there are really conservative with their spending, and they're, as C-suite executives should be. They're not just like, hey, let's just blow out. Look, Acreage was $27 at one point. They have John Boehner, the former Speaker of the House, on their board. I couldn't even get into the Acreage private placement. And the private placement was going off at like $20. Okay. $20. Think about that. It's now $3. Actually, I took a position today in Acreage. This would be the third time I've taken a position in it. It's in that spec portion. So, I see some of you asking, for some of you can't trade these because they're on the OTC. If you are looking to, get exposure to them, you could put your money in some ETFs. MSOS is probably the best one. YOLO is one that it's a mix of the top Canadian companies and the top US MSOs. But don't worry, Aurora isn't in there. Is Acreage the one that had the CVS deal? I don't know. Guys, like deals with like CVS or, you know, or Walmart, you know, like when I was starting in pot stocks, it was like, you know, a CBD company was like, oh, they got a deal with Walmart, you know, and they put that in the press release. It's like they were on a shelf, you know, like a test, or, you know, somebody would go take a picture. This is how crazy it was. Somebody would go with a bunch of like drinks or something, throw it on a shelf on Walmart. There's this company, it was Vitamin Fizz, and throw it on a shelf at Walmart and be like, look, I spotted this company, and they throw the ticker symbol. It's in Walmart. Oh my God, look at this. You know, don't read too much into it. So yeah. And then I see some people asking about US Steel. I think I identified a pretty good, you know, pattern on it, which is playing out on US Steel, similar to the pattern I figured out in like March and April, in terms of like timing and how it would move with the SPY and how much time you had. So yeah, I mean, it's been a really good trade. I really think that US Steel should be in your rotation portfolio. That's one of the stocks that I tell people that, you know, hey, look, if you take some profit from an option trade or whatever trade, take some of that money and put it in US Steel, because, you know, I've heard Mike talk about the recovery. You know, I've been really looking towards that recovery trade for the last 2 months, like heavy. I've been a seller of most of my tech, or a lot of my tech, you know, that I bought, or I'll cut like half of my positions that I bought in March, and then looking to put that on rotation. In the last 2 weeks, all of that has really paid off as the vaccine news has come out. But, you know, you have to start looking at infrastructure plays if you haven't been for the last 2 months, because I think that that's going to be a really big agenda for the Republicans and the Democrats, because, you know, historically doing big, massive infrastructure projects has been really good for the middle class. And, you know, the trickle down, you know, you've heard of trickle down economics. Well, this is like trickle down economics that actually works, because when the middle class is spending, everybody's benefiting. So think about it. Is Afria goodbye? I would never own Afria again. Sorry. They're all trades to me. Anything in Canada is a trade to me. You know, and honestly, like, I don't even really want to, you know, just do a comparison. You know, take Canopy Growth's earnings and put it next to like TrueLeaf. Take Afria's earnings and put it next to Curaleaf. And then you see, like, why are you chasing these shiny objects? Guys, at some point, these US companies are going to be on a major exchange. When that day comes, everything that's in Canada is dead money. I mean, I think it's dead money now. Like, they're just trades, you know? Yeah. Anytime these things make a big move, like, what was it, last week? These things made a silly move. And on here, I'm like, guys, take your profit if you're in them and short them if you're not. You know, and I mean, Aurora was $14 last week. It's $7 now. $7.
50% haircut.
50% haircut in a week, chasing shiny objects. And it's funny because the next day, I look on my Twitter. You know, the day runs up, I get trolled. Like, oh, Wolf, you don't know what you're talking about. You're so stupid. Your days are done. It's over. And I'm like, screenshot, and then I'm like, oh.
Just comment this tweet won't age well.
Yeah. So, you know, guys, remember, we have once we get rid of 280E, which is going to come with safe banking, where, you know, all these valuations change overnight. all of these things have price targets way above where they are right now, like way above. Truly basically doubles from here. Green Thumb just got their price target raise. I haven't checked on Cura, but I'm guessing they got a price target raise as well. Okay. So yeah, so yeah, guys, look, and all these pot stocks or any stock, you do not marry them. I got no love for any of these things. Okay. Don't marry them. Like, you're chasing ROI, not, hey, like, these aren't the Yankees and the Red Sox or something like that. You cannot look at it like that. If you look at it like that, you're going to end up like everybody in Aurora, that's now 95% down from, a year ago. All right.
Good stuff. Well,
and on that note, I'm going to leave you with Mike, and he's going to talk to you about Palantir and setups. And yes, I heard that question. I saw Mike traded it. And you know what? Was it Toner or Jay? I think it was Jay who traded it the other day.
I don't remember.
And he got out of it. And I was like, dude, why are you getting out of it? I'm like, why are you getting out of it? But when he got out, I was like, should I get out? Should I get out? Guys, one of the things and I said this today in chat about Palantir is, if you're in it, or, if you got in at like 9 or 10, this thing gives you incredible range throughout the course of the week. So, if you are one of the people that got a little bit of FOMO and bought it at 18, you can take 10, 20% of your position and just swing it, every 25 to 50 cents and just keep selling it. It goes up 50, sell it. Goes down, buy it. And you just keep doing that. And you can fix your average. That thing will give you incredible range. Like, I bought it at 10, it went to 11. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to sell. And then it went back to 10. I was like, okay, maybe I'll buy some more. And then all of a sudden it dropped to like 9. And I was like, all right, let me start fixing this. But it gives you incredible range. And, like, what's the market cap right now? Do you know?
I don't.
At 20 billion, I think, is when you want to start selling that thing. That's when a lot of I know, like, Dan Najarian was talking about it with his fund, that's where they're looking to take half of it off the table. So just be aware of that. And then usually 90 days after IPO, usually there's always some kind of dip that happens. I mean, this was a direct listing, so I don't know if anything else can come out. But usually there's a 90-day blackout period. So you just kind of want to be aware of that, just kind of going into it. All right.
Cool. Wolf.
See you guys later.
See you tomorrow. As always, some pure golden nuggets of information. I hope you guys.
You're welcome. I really should be on these streams more, right? Wouldn't you guys love it if I was here for the Q&A? I'm talking to Shug now. I'm like, Mike, why am I coming on at 9:30? I'm like, let me just come on. If you want me in there for 10 minutes, put me on in the beginning. All right. I'm a person too. I got opinions. Guys, do me a favor. Smash that like button if you think that I should come in early. If you really want to get crazy with it, just send an email to Adam saying, hey, Shug, why don't you? It'll drive him absolutely crazy.
It will drive him.
And just make the subject, Wolf is a person too. That's it. Wolf is a person too. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, enjoy. I know I'm going to get a text from Adam with exclamation points and expletives. And as I do in the market, I pull the pin on the grenade, pass it to somebody else, and then I'm gone.
Later, man. Will, thanks for joining me, brother. As always, excellent information. Hope you guys were paying attention to the Wolf. Some really good quality information there. With regards to those cannabis stocks, I hope you guys were paying attention because that info will make you boatloads and oodles of money. All right. So now let's get into our next lesson of the night, which is You guessed it. Well, I didn't guess it because I told you how to buy pullbacks, how to buy dips, how to know that it's a viable pullback and it's not a complete reversal or a crash. This is something a lot of traders struggle with. We're going to talk about that here now. Before I do, I want you guys to go ahead and give me a follow on Twitter. My Twitter handle is right there at the bottom of your screen. It is at Mike Edward _TTG. I'm always posting some trade ideas, trade recaps, testimonials, motivational stuff, funny memes, market commentary. You guys want to go ahead, give me a follow there on Twitter right here, right now. Again, my Twitter handle is right there at the bottom of the screen at Mike Edward _TTG. All right. So with that said, guys, let's get over to the chats. All right. Let's get over to the chats. All right. Let's talk about I'm actually going to leave pinned on here, guys, the bottom of the screen, that 7-day trial that I told you guys about. For those of you that are interested, I'm going to leave that pinned to the bottom of the screen here. For those of you that are interested in the 7-day trial, it's ttgthree.com right there at the bottom of your screen. And now we're going to go to the charts. I'm going to talk to you guys about the Palantir trade today. Now, what we're going to be discussing here on this live, okay, we're going to talk to you guys about, like I said, how to buy pullbacks, okay, how to buy dips and trust those dips that they are buyable. Something that you need to understand, okay, when it comes to buying pullbacks, okay, there are two very important aspects that you need to understand when it comes to buying dips. And these two aspects are going to be your best indication that it is a buyable dip and not a complete reversal. I look for pullbacks. You don't just want to buy any pullback, okay? You want to identify areas of potential support that have multiple support indicators converging on the same price point. That's first and foremost. So when a stock starts to pull back, you don't want to just buy it anywhere as the stock is pulling in. You want to identify the buying zone. The buying zone is going to be in price area where multiple support indicators are converging on the same price point. Now, in the example of Palantir, it was 3 support indicators, okay? It was your 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level, and it lined up perfectly with your VWAP and your trade line indicators, okay? VWAP is the orange line on my screen. The trade line is this teal line on my screen. You will notice that both of those averages line up dead even with the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. So as Palantir was making its move, when Palantir looked like that prior to the pullback, I'm already identifying buying zones. I'm identifying where's my buying zone for a pullback. Okay, that is the first thing that you have to do when it comes to buying dips. You have to first identify where's the buying area. So as a stock moves higher, like Palantir was doing off the open, you need to identify these buying zones. Okay, and in order to do that, you look for price areas where multiple indicators are converging on the same price point. And in this situation, it was the 38.2 Fib with the trade line and VWAP, and they lined up perfectly at 1670. So here's 1670. I drew that line across the screen. So like I said, there were 2 aspects of this that you need to be able to understand in order to identify a buyable dip. That's the first one, by identifying your buying zone, by identifying the support area. That's first. Second, when you start to get the pullback, when the price of the stock begins to fall back down towards that buying zone that you've identified, it is absolutely crucial that you analyze the volume properly. The biggest difference between a buyable pullback and a reversal or a crash is trading volume. When you have a stock that pushes higher, you want to make sure the volume is heavier on the way up than it is on the pullback, if the volume on the way up is significantly heavier than the volume on the pullback, that is a sign that the pullback is just profit taking, not aggressive selling. That is going to be your main factor when determining, is this a viable pullback or is this a complete reversal? It's going to be the trading volume. Now, as soon as you guys look to the bottom of the screen and you look at the trading volume, you will notice undeniably this big surge in trading volume as Palantir was pushing higher. And then when you got this pullback, notice the volume drop off. Okay. So again, see the volume surge as Palantir pushed higher. Notice the drop off in trading volume on the pullback. So once I noticed the difference in volume between the surge higher and the pullback, I've already now at this point, do not forget, I've already identified my buying zone. I've already identified my buying zone. That's where the multiple indicators all converge at the same price point. We've already identified that. Okay. Once I saw that volume analysis, I said, bang, that's my entry. And I got long Palantir right on this pullback at $16.80. $16.80. The low of this pullback was $16.71. I bought the almost damn low of this pullback because I was able to identify the buying zone first by saying, where are the multiple support indicators? That's my support zone. And then I waited for the pullback to look at the volume. I saw the difference in the volume between the surge higher and the volume on the pullback. And that's my indication to say, this is a buyable pullback. This is not a reversal. This is not a crash. I can step in on this pullback. And this is where traders struggle, because an inexperienced trader is going to look at this candle and they're going to poop their pants. Okay. An inexperienced trader is going to look at this candle and they're going to poop their pants. Okay. They're going to poop their pants right there. And that's going to cause them to stay away from entering the trade here. And the stock will start to climb, and then the stock will get away from them. The stock will get away from them, and then you miss this massive move. Okay. It's not about the price action in this case. It's about the volume that coincides with price action. So when I saw that pullback, that's when I stepped in, guys. Okay. And I bought that dip long at $16.80 right there. I got a nice size position, guys. I was so close to my stop loss because now my stop loss is just beneath this support level. I'm risking, a very small amount. So I was able to really size myself up on this trade. I got big size, and this thing just absolutely took off like a beast, Okay. You guys can see Palantir, just what a move. What a move. And I just started peeling profits, guys. I start peeling profits off the table there, okay, there. I just start peeling profits off the table. Okay, guys, Palantir on the way higher. Okay, and there were my take profits. So again, let me pan this over. Okay, so here we have it, guys. There's the entry point. Okay, here's your entry point. And then you guys can see there were my take profits as the stock just continued to climb its way higher. And this was just an absolute thing of beauty. Okay, this was an absolute textbook pullback entry. This is, you hear people say buy the dip or buy the pullback. This was textbook. Okay, and again, it all comes down to, there are two main components when it comes to buying the dip. Okay, two main components when it comes to buying the dip, and that is going to be identifying the buying zone by identifying multiple support indicators that are converging on the same price point, and then analyzing the volume to make sure that the volume on the move higher is significantly larger than the volume on that pullback. That tells you that that pullback is profit taking, not aggressive selling pressure. And then that's where you can look to enter that trade in that buying zone. Okay. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions about this trade in particular? Anybody have any questions about buying pullbacks? Explain stop loss area. Sure. Okay, so let me go back and delete everything. We'll start fresh. So stop loss area, right? Okay, so your stop loss area now, R. Hirsch, in this situation, once you identify your buying zone, okay? Once you have identified your buying zone. Now, in this case, we already did that, right? 1670, 38.2 Fibonacci level, VWAP, trade line. Okay, so once you have identified your buying zone, okay, I'm looking to say, where is there another area of support? Is there another area of potential support that is beneath this level? Okay, because this is your buying zone. This is going to be your support level. Okay, so your stop loss, let's say this line is going to be your stop loss. If this level is your buying zone, your stop loss needs to be beneath this buying zone. Right? It has to be beneath this buying zone. Okay. So I set my stop loss right there around 1650. Okay. I set my stop loss around 1650. Now, why 1650? Well, my 50 Fibonacci levels there, and it also coincided with the initial morning high. Okay. So in this situation, R. Hirsch, I'm setting my stop loss at 1650 or 1645. I believe 1640, 1645 was my actual physical mental stop when I had entered the trade. And that's because of your 50 fib level. And then your initial morning high was right here at 1650. Okay. So that's why that now becomes my stop loss. So now I'm risking 30 cents, okay, to potentially make, you know, a buck 25. Okay. All right. So when we draw out, okay, when we draw out, let me delete the fib levels just so I'll clean the chart up a little bit. When we draw out when we draw out our risk, let's draw out our risk. Our risk is that, okay, from my entry. So there's my entry to my stop loss. Okay, so there's my risk. Now let's talk about my potential profit. Okay, when we compare profit potential to risk. When you look at risk reward on the trade, okay, there's my risk. Okay, my risk I'll identify I'll do purple. Okay, I'll do purple for my risk. And then we will do bright blue for my potential reward. And there's your risk reward on the trade. Now, if you held longer, if you held all the way up towards, 1850, then your risk reward looks like this. Now, I did not hold that long. I got flat in front of 18. I got flat right there. So that's why this was my risk. This was my risk reward, okay, on the trade. And there's your risk and there's your potential reward. Okay. No, guys, the pullback, this pullback entry or logic is not for day trading only. You can use this in swing trading also. You can use this in swing trading also. You can use this on the daily chart, but you can also use this. And even if you're swing trading, you guys want to be able to use this type of technical analysis. Even if you're swing trading, use this technical analysis to identify your entries. you still need to know intraday technical analysis in order to be a swing trader, because your intraday technical analysis is going to tell you when it's time to enter a trade. You know, it's going to tell you when it's time to take profits on a trade. You should still know intraday technical analysis, even if you are a swing trader. Mike, did you cause that drawback? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Guys, it's my pleasure. I was in Marco, I was in the stock itself. Okay, I was in the stock itself. A lot of my members followed along, you know, same. I mean, I was in the stock itself. Okay, I was in the stock. How do I determine my profit-taking levels after I enter the trade? Okay, James, good question. So whenever I'm dip buying, okay, whenever I'm dip buying, my first take profit target is always going to be the high of the day. Okay, so whenever I dip buy, if you're dip buying, that means you're not buying at the high of the day or a new high. You're buying on a pullback. Okay, so my first take profit, which is going to be always the high of the day, I'll sell 25% of my position at the high of the day, just in case the high does not break. Then once you break through the high and you get some extension, that's when I take the bulk of my position off the table. And now at that point, you can use the trade line for this particular setup, James, because this setup was triggered by a trade line VWAP crossover. Trade line VWAP crossovers, once they trigger, you tend to see the trade line act as an area of support, which is what you saw here. You see how the trade line continues to act as an area of support? So every time the stock extends off the trade line, I take profit, okay? Because a trade line is a momentum-based indicator. A stock is always going to have a tendency to come back to the trade line. So when a stock extends away from the trade line, I always take profits when it extends away from the trade line, because it will always have a tendency to pull back to it. Okay, so that's why you see every time the stock extends off the trade line, I take profit. Okay, it'll eventually that trade line will stop acting as support. The stock trades through it, and all of a sudden it becomes irrelevant. Okay, so I'll take profits every time the stock extends off of that trade line. But the first take profit, James, on a dip buy is always, for me, the first take profit, which is probably your most important, is the high of the day, and that's where I'll take 25% of my position off the table. Okay, makes sense, guys? Cool. All right. No, I use mental stop losses, guys. I use mental stops. I don't use physical stop losses. I use mental stops. Okay. All right, guys. So there you guys have it. All right. So there you guys have it. So that's our lesson here on how to buy pullbacks, how to know it is a buyable dip, how to know that it's not a complete reversal, how to know that you are not buying a fully knife or buying a crash. Yes, I lit up with full size, Mr. Robato, on that dip buy. I was so close to my stop loss. I was able to get a very nice size position. No, James Hong, the blue line, that blue teal line is my 9 EMA. The orange line is my VWAP. Okay. All right, guys. So there it is. Now, for those of you guys, if you guys liked that lesson, if you guys learned something, if this was helpful, I want you guys to go ahead and smash that like button for me right here, right now. Smash that like button. Let me know how much you guys appreciate the lessons that we just went over. We talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about cannabis stocks. We talked about NIO. We talked about how to buy dips. We talked about Palantir. This is something a lot of traders struggle with. A lot of traders struggle with buying dips. Okay, they get very scared when to buy a stock as it's going down. They think they can't. Traders want to buy stocks as they're moving higher, but you want to sell stocks as they're moving higher. You want to buy stocks as they're pulling in. You know this term, buy low, sell high. But a lot of traders struggle with buying stocks as they're moving down. This is an excellent lesson. It is a textbook lesson on how to do that. So I want to make sure I pointed that out to you. It's the perfect lesson here tonight on this live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash that like button. Let me know that you guys appreciate the time, energy, and effort that went into these lessons and that I put into all of these lives. Now I want to take some quick attendance. I want to do a quick little roll call. I want to see how many people we have in chat right now that are not a member of True Trading Group. If you are not a member of TTG, I want you guys to go ahead right now and type the letters TTG in chat right now if you are not a member of True Trading Group. All right, Theodore, Tay Low-Key, Russell, Jim Mayer, Wes Morrison, Zachary, Wayne, RT, Craig, Jerome, Last Watch, Mark Semenek, William Focus, Token on the Blockchain, Teresa, Yi Charles, Leonardo, Jaro, Cashel, Marco, Alex, Dan, Paul, Dean, Gavin, Johnny, Daniel Nelson, Bob Johnson, Quintarius, Mandy, Too Much Fetty, Ava Bowie, Juan T, Sweet Papo, Ashar, all right, guys, beautiful. A lot of non-TGG members that are here with me today. Naresh, all right, guys, and a lot of non-TGG members. I love it. Rafa, guys, excellent. If you guys are brand new, if you guys, this is your first time joining me on this live stream, you guys want to subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications. I'm always doing lives. I'm always answering questions. I'm giving you guys live lessons, okay? Technical lessons, mental lessons on day trading, swing trading, stocks, options. You guys want to make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications. Now, I told you guys earlier, we do have a 7-day trial. That 7-day trial is called our TTG3 trial program. It's our TTG3 program. If you are a member of the trial program, I want you guys to type the number 3 in chat right now. It's my pleasure, guys, to do these lessons. It's my pleasure. Ivan, Crypto, Joel. Yo, Rad. What's up, Rad? Dean, Quintarius. Bunkbed, David, K. Bataro, Trucking with the Ice Cream Man. Beautiful. Beautiful. Ah, Flint, thank you. Flint says you're amazing, brother. Flint, thank you. I appreciate that, bro. I'm glad you enjoyed the explanation and the lesson. Dinks. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful, guys. Excellent. All right, so we have a lot of our TG3 trial members that are here with us. We have a lot of members that are here with us. Now, question. All of you, if you're not a TGD member, if you're a TGD trial member, if you are a member of the TGD fam, everyone, attention everyone. If this live stream helped you as a trader, type yes in chat right now. If this lesson, if this live helped you, type yes right now in chat. I want to see if you guys think that this was helpful. All right. I want to see if you guys think this was helpful. This goes for everybody. There's 1,000 people watching this live right now. If you guys thought this was helpful, I want you to type yes right now in chat. All right. There we go. Look at all those yeses. That's what I'm talking about. Guys, that's my goal. My goal on every single one of these lives is to make sure that you are a better trader, a more educated trader, and a more prepared trader after these lives than you were before. Every single one. That's my goal. And if I don't accomplish that, I feel like I didn't do a good job. So when you guys type yes, when you guys smash that like button, it lets me know that I'm doing a good job. It lets me know that you guys want me to keep going. Okay. So if you guys thought that this lesson on this live was helpful, okay, this is just one lesson in the grand scheme of a professional education. So now let me ask you guys another question. I've got a big 2-part question for you. Okay. Now this goes for all non-TTG members. If you're not a TTG member, if you typed TTG in chat right now, this question's for you. 2-part question. First, do you have $3? Second question is $3 worth finding out if True Trading Group and a professional education, the same education I received working at a hedge fund, is $3 worth finding out if that can help you succeed as a trader? Yes or no? Not rhetorical. Type in chat, yes or no. Two-part question. Do you have $3? And is $3 worth finding out if TTG can help you succeed as a trader? Type yes or no in chat right now. If you guys think that this lesson alone helped you, imagine what an entire professional education can do for your trading. Okay. And that is why, okay, for those of you, again, I'm going to talk to you guys about this one more time. I'm going to put this up on the screen. For those of you that are interested in the 7-day trial, guys, it is only $3. What do you have to lose? It's literally, I spend more money at Starbucks on my venti cold brew every morning than a cost of a 7-day trial where you can get access to 10 times the educational content and information that you just received on this live stream. If this live stream helped you, would you have paid $3 for this lesson? Imagine 7 days in chat trading with us. That 7-day trial is going to get you, okay, say access to our member data. That's going to include our stock profile tool, which is going to give you guys unlimited access to downloadable PDF reports on any stock you're interested in. That's going to be give you general information about the company and the stock, news, insider transactions. It's also going to give you a compilation of all the analyst ratings for that particular stock, unlimited. Okay, you go away. You want to type in 100 different ticker symbols, you're going to get a downloadable PDF report on 100 different ticker symbols. You're also going to get our daily premium watch list that's going to show you guys all the stocks that we're watching for the day, why we're watching those stocks, and what we expect those stocks to do, so you know where to focus your attention during the day. You're also going to get 3 sample courses that are these courses are 3 condensed, shorter courses than the courses you'll get when you guys actually join full time and you go through the full TTG curriculum. But nonetheless, these 3 courses, I'm telling you guys this now, I wrote these courses specifically for this trial program. They are guaranteed to help make you guys better traders. Whether you've never traded stock a day in your life or you've been trading for 10 years, I guarantee you these courses will help make you a better trader, just like I guaranteed you at the beginning of this live stream that this lesson was going to help make you a better trader. You get those 3 courses included with your 7-day trial for just $3. And on top of that, you can come in chat and trade with us live for 3 days, where me, Jason, the other moderators, we share our screen with you guys during the day. We are live on the microphone talking you through our analysis every single step of the way, providing you with real-time trade alerts, telling you what stocks we're buying, what stocks we're selling before we actually buy and sell the stocks. Okay? So you guys, I'm sorry. I just got a little message that just distracted me. Sorry about that, guys. Now, again, like I said, it is important for me to tell you guys, though, our mobile app is only available for full-time members. So if you are on the trial, you've got to be in the chat room to get the trade alerts. Our full-time members can use our mobile app. They get push notifications sent to their cell phone. But as a trial, you guys have to be there in chat. And right now, we are currently sporting a 78% win rate in the chat room, which means 78% of the time that we call out a trade alert, it's a profitable one. So you guys want to make sure that you sign up for the 7-day trial. You guys, what do you have to lose? It's $3. Okay. You probably spent more than $3 on a Kit Kat bar. Okay. Really think about that for a second. This is $3 that can literally potentially change your life. I'm not exaggerating by any stretch of the imagination. You have hundreds of traders that are on this live right now that the $3 completely changed their lives. And now you look at where they are today as a trader, consistently profitable, as where they were prior when they first signed up for that 7-day trial. You guys can do the exact same thing by going to ttgthree.com. The URL is right there at the bottom of your screen if you guys are ready to join us. You can upgrade to a full membership at any time during your trial, but you are under no obligation to do so whatsoever. It is not a reoccurring cost. It's a one-time payment of just $3. Guys, I'm sorry if you're serious about trading, you're serious about getting a professional education. If $3 is not worth it to you, then TTG is not for you. As you guys can see, I put a lot of time, energy, and effort into teaching our members the same education I received working at a hedge fund. If you're not willing to spend $3, then I'm sorry, TTG is not for you. And you guys should probably just log off the stream now. Okay. You guys have spent $3 on way dumber stuff. This is $3 that could potentially change your life. I'm being dead serious, not exaggerating by any stretch of the imagination. You get all of that just for $3. Okay. So you guys want to make sure you join us and then get your butts in chat. Now, I told you, you can upgrade to a full membership at any time during your trial. Okay. But let me explain to you guys what you get with a full membership that's different from the trial. Because for the month of November, okay, we are giving away, okay, a 44% discount on our membership, which is our Black Friday sale. This is how we're doing our Black Friday, Thanksgiving Day sale. It's for the month of November. You can use coupon code TTG1120 to get that 44% discount on a membership. Now, before I talk to you about the numbers, let me tell you what you get. Your full membership, it is a 1-year all-inclusive membership. This gets you access to our trading chat room daily. We open up at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. We close at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And I told you, we share our screen. We're live on the microphone with you every step of the way. I tell you guys what I'm doing before I do it. Today, when I bought Palantir, when Palantir was at like 17 bucks, I told everybody, guys, I'm getting long on this pullback in front of 1670, 1675. I'm a buyer in front of that area. I told everybody on the microphone I was buying the stock on that pullback before I actually bought it. When I do actually enter the trade, a push notification pops up there in chat, but you don't have to wait for the push notification because I tell you where I'm buying the stock before I actually do it. Very easy to follow my trades, the other moderator trades in chat, because we are not scalpers. None of us are scalpers. Okay, you guys can follow all of our trades in the chat room. And I told you we're currently sporting a 78% win rate, but also in our chat, you'll be able to use our live Benzinga Pro newsfeed. This is our newsfeed that gives you breaking to the second news alerts in our chat room so that you are an informed trader. And an informed trader, access to information is crucial. Speed of which you can access that information makes the difference between profit and loss. And that is why we have that breaking up to the second news feature in our chat room that you guys can use. We also have a squawk box feature where if you don't want to read the news headlines, you can turn on your speaker and someone will read the news headlines out to you when they cross the wire, so you guys can just listen for the news headlines instead of having to actually read them. Okay. But True Trading Group is not just about a chat room. We're not just about a trade service. TTG is an entire premium platform that provides you the tools and resources to be a consistently profitable trader. That is why when you guys join True Trading Group, you pay one price. You get access to everything. There are no upsells in True Trading Group. When you sign up, you are getting access to all of the courses. Okay, there are not different level packages for the courses. We have a 15-course curriculum. This is the simplified version of the information I learned when I worked at a hedge fund. You get access to every single course when you guys sign up with coupon code TGD1120. That is everything from beginner stock trading, advanced stock trading, beginner options, advanced options, trader psychology, swing trading, how to trade during a market crash. You get access to all of our courses when you sign up to with coupon code TGD1120. You guys will also get access to all of our resources and tools, which include our trade simulator that lets you trade stocks and options with fake money with real-time level 2. So you can practice implementing what you learn in the courses with fake money, prove to yourself you can be consistently profitable, and then start trading with real money. You can also use our stock screener, which allows you to filter through thousands of stocks during the day to see what are the hottest stocks, where you need to be focusing your attention, and what stocks give you the best chance to profit. I already told you guys about our stock profile tool. You get access to that. In addition, over 75 hours of additional video educational content. That's on top of the courses. Okay. Every month, myself, the other moderators, we do workshops and webinars with our members. So they're recorded. There's over 75 hours of them. Okay. We're constantly adding to that video library every month. You get access to all of that information when you sign up. You'll also be able to now, as a member, be able to join those workshops or webinars live, interact with the moderator, interact with members, ask questions, and participate. Okay. Also, anyone that signs up with coupon code TGD1120 gets a free one-on-one 1-hour mentor session between you and one of our pro moderators. This is a one-on-one session for you guys to review your trades, ask questions, talk about topics you want to discuss, and figure out what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are you doing wrong, and what can we change in order to get your P&L headed back in the right direction. That's included with your membership. Also, as well, is our TradingView Pro charting software. That's included with our membership. And also, all future courses and resources. Okay. If we come out, let's say I come out with a new course next month. It's not, oh, that's another $300 if you want the new course. No, it's automatically included. Any resource, any tool, any course that we add, it's automatically included. There's no upcharge ever in True Trading. You guys get access to every resource, every tool, every course when you guys sign up with coupon code THD1120. Okay. So again, TTG is not just about a chat. Okay. As you guys can see now with all the different features that I told you about, it's not just about the chat. Okay. We take the top premium trading tools and products and we bundle them together as part of your TTG membership to make sure you have all of the tools that you need to give you the best chance of being consistently profitable. Like that Benzinga Pro real-time newsfeed and Squawk Box, the Quote Stream real-time level 1 and full book level 2 data, real-time options data. We also have the Trade Ideas real-time preset scanner, which is streamed directly in our chat room starting this week, where we're going to stream the Trade Ideas scanner in chat. Also the Trading View Pro charting software. You guys get a minimum of 10 easy to follow, actionable real-time trade alerts from a community of pro traders that has a 78% win rate. Right now, we got a 78% win rate. And on top of that, 15 professional courses that are designed by myself, an award-winning hedge fund trader. I had to go through an educational program before I started trading at the hedge fund. I had to pass that program before they let me trade with $1 of their money. The courses you guys get access to is a simplified version of that education. No more gimmicks, no special secrets, no more bullshit. Okay, just hardcore professional education. Exactly what you would learn if you got hired at a hedge fund tomorrow and had to go through a training course. This is the stuff that they're going to teach you. On top of that, 75 hours of recorded workshops, webinars, okay, live events, the ability to attend any of our live workshops and webinars. And don't forget, we have Trader Palooza coming up on November 28th, Saturday. Okay, this is a huge event that all members are invited to. This is Trader Palooza is a virtual trading workshop. It's an all-day event. Okay, it's an all-day event where myself and the other moderators, we do 1-hour workshops throughout the entire day. We send an itinerary to our members. Okay, so we'll start, at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have different workshops all throughout the day covering different topics. So you can log in, attend whatever workshop you want, log out, go about your day, come back to attend another workshop that you want to attend. It's a virtual trading workshop. It's the entire day. That's November 28th. That's Trader Palooza. That's going to be our third Trader Palooza event. You'll be able to attend those workshops and that live event. Okay, as a full-time member, you'll be able to attend it live. All right. Then you guys get access to the chat room. Okay, you guys can send me private messages in the chat room too, by the way. Take advantage of that. You can send private DMs to myself, the other moderators, to ask us questions during the day. You guys all come on this live stream and you're like, Mike, what do you think about the SPY? Mike, what do you think about NIO? Mike, what do you think about Boeing? Mike, what do you think about Tesla? Wouldn't you like to ask me those questions at 10 a.m. in the morning so you guys can act on the analysis? You can act on the advice and guidance, and you can actually profit from it instead of having to ask me on live streams after the fact and then try to use that information tomorrow. Ask me in real time. You guys can send me messages during the day in chat and ask me about whatever you guys want me to look at. I'll tell you, I'll give you my opinion on something. Okay, that's our chat room. You guys can do that. Now, a normal membership to TTG, guys, would cost you $2,048 for the year. That includes everything I just said to you. But for the month of November, this is how we do our Black Friday, Thanksgiving Day sale. Do not wait for Black Friday, Thanksgiving, because this is our Black Friday, Thanksgiving Day sale. You can use coupon code THD1120 right here, right now. That's going to get you a 44% discount that brings the price of a membership all the way down to only $1,146 up until midnight tonight. Every 24-hour period, the price of our membership jumps. Okay, so tonight, right now, with this coupon code is the cheapest price you're going to be able to get a membership for when you use this coupon code to get the 44% discount. Pay $11.46. Now, when you pay $11.46, you are locking yourself in at that price. So let's say next year it comes time for your membership to renew. Let's say our membership is $2,200 next year. If you pay $11.46 today, you are locking yourself in at that price. So when your membership renews, you will only pay again $11.46. You will not pay whatever the price of a membership is next year. So you guys want to take advantage of this coupon code and lock yourself in. Okay. What else you're also going to be saving money on? Not only that, the year renewal, not only the 44% discount today, but those resources that I told you guys about. Let me explain to you the value of what you guys get included with your membership. I told you we package all these services together for you. The Benzinga Pro Newsfeed and Squawk Box, if you went to Benzinga tomorrow and signed up for that service, they would charge you $1,188 for the year. You can get an entire TTG membership for the year for $1,146. And that Benzinga Squawk Box feature is included. Okay? Think about that. Then if you wanted, let's say, real-time level 2 on all exchanges, that's $990 for the year. If you want a trade simulator to practice trading with real-time data, $750 for the year. If you went to TradingView and said, I want to use your pro charting software, they're going to say, cool, no problem. Here, $720 for the year. Guys, that's $3,000. Okay, that's $3,648 in premium services and resources that are included for free with your membership when you sign up with coupon code THD1120 for only $1,146. Okay, that is what that's the type of value that you guys are getting when you are signing up to True Trading Group. And then on top of that value, let's talk about some numbers, because we've surveyed our members in chat. 80% of the TTG family are making 7 to 10 times their membership fee back within the first 6 months of their membership. Of that 80%, 30% are making 7 to 10 times their membership fee back in 30 days. So that means that I'm telling you, if you invested $1,146 in yourself tonight, got a simplified version of the same education you would get if you worked at a hedge fund, got a one-on-one, got your time in chat, got 75 hours of workshops and webinars, okay, got all those $3,600 in resources and tools and everything else that I just said to you. If you did that right here tonight with the coupon code THD1120, you'd have an 80% chance of making at least $11,000 in 6 months. That's what that stat means. That's what that means. And you guys can do that right now with the coupon code TTG1120. And I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to do you one even better, because I'm so damn confident in the education that we provide. I see the success numbers with my members. I see it. 80% are making 7 to 10 times their fee back in 6 months. Okay, that's the number. Knowing that, I am willing, okay, to show you how much I believe in our program. And I'm so confident that I think if you put in the work that this can work for you, that I'm willing to offer you guys this. If you're on the fence, if you're like, oh, you know what, Mike, this sounds really cool. That was a great lesson. Thank you. I appreciate it, but I don't really know. I'll make you guys a deal right now. Sign up right now for coupon code THD1120. And if you complete all of the courses, and we have quizzes at the end of every course, scoring 85% or higher on those quizzes. Do your one-on-one. Really put in some work. And if you do not at least make back your membership fee one time within your year membership, I'll give you guys a full refund. So again, go through the courses, pass the exams, do your one-on-one. And if you don't make $1,146 back at least once throughout the course of the year, I'm going to give you all your money back. That's how confident I am in this program and in the education, because I see it. I see the success. If my members were not having success, I would not offer you that. But I'm so confident that you're going to make back your membership fee that I'm going to give you guys that money back guarantee. That is for anyone that signs up here tonight before midnight. You have 1 hour and 21 minutes left to do it. With coupon code THD1120, I'm going to give you guys that money back guarantee. So I have just guaranteed your membership cost. So you guys have literally nothing to lose except the chance of being a consistently profitable trader. So now I've taken away any bit of doubt. I've taken away any of your risk. Now the only thing left to do is for you to put in the work. I know I'll put in the work. Shit, it's 10:40 at night. I could be in bed watching Netflix, but I'm on here with you going over how to buy dips and pullbacks. So I know I'm going to put in the work. The question is, are you going to put in the work? Because if you are, I'll be there with you every step of the way. All the TTG moderators, all the TTG members will be there with you every single step of the way. And that's a guarantee. Just like I'm guaranteeing you guys your money back if you don't make back that membership at least once. If you guys go through and complete all those courses, do your one-on-one, okay? If you guys do that, just like I'm guaranteeing you the money back, I'm guaranteeing you that you're going to get every single ounce of energy in my bones to help you guys achieve your goals of consistent profitability. The only question is, are you going to give yourself every ounce of energy in your bones? How serious are you about becoming a consistently profitable trader? How serious are you about standing on your own 2 feet? How serious are you about becoming a consistently profitable trader and potentially changing your financial future? That's the question. It's not a question of if I'm going to be there to help you. The question is if you're going to be there to do it with me. Because myself, my TTD fam, we're going to be in there every single day regardless, kicking ass and taking names. That much I already know for sure because we do it on a daily basis. If you're not, if you're struggling, if you're trying to figure this stuff out on your own, stop going about it alone. If you're struggling, get the education. Okay, it's not that you're a horrible trader. It's that you've never been taught how to trade in the first place. Sure, anybody can buy and sell stocks, but that's gambling. Learn how to trade. Learn how to trade. Also, quick another announcement. We are well more than 50% of the way there. I think we're like 60% of the way there now for our next Tesla giveaway. Every time True Trading Group gets 300 new members, we raffle off a Tesla. If the winner does not want the Tesla, they could choose to take $30,000 cash instead. We are well over 50% of the way there. I think we're like 60, 65% of the way there. I got to check, but I know we're well over 50% of the way there. So the next, I don't know, it's probably like 120, 130 members, maybe, I think, until we probably hit that. I have to check the exact numbers. So the next people that use that coupon code TTG1120 will be included in that raffle. So again, all you have to do is be a member of TTG. You're automatically included in the Tesla raffle for a chance to win either a Tesla or $30,000, whatever you guys prefer. And also, last but not least, anyone that signs up here tonight, I'm also going to throw in a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD. Okay, because like I said, I want to make sure you guys have all the resources and tools available for you to be a consistently profitable trader. I don't want all of you that work full-time jobs to try to be placing trades on your cell phone. I want you to have a nice tablet where you can get your trade alerts with the mobile app and open up your brokerage account and place those trades quickly and effectively. And that's why I'm going to give you guys a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD tonight for those of you that sign up. That is the perfect tool and tablet for you to be trading on the go, whether you're in a meeting, you're on a conference call, you're at your kid's soccer game, you're stuck in traffic, you're at the mall, whatever it is, you guys can use that tablet to follow along with the trades that we are making in True Trading Group. All you guys have to do is sign up right now with that coupon code TTG1120. All right. If you guys still feel like you're not ready to join the team full time, like I said, you do have that 7-day trial option. That is TTGTHREE.com. Go to the URL. It's right there at the bottom of your screen. You can upgrade to a full-time membership at any time during your trial. But again, you're under no obligation to do so. It's a one-time payment of just $3. But if you guys want to be included in that raffle, you guys want to be included in that Tesla raffle, you want to give yourselves a chance to win a Tesla or $30,000 cash. Sorry, guys, but that's only for full-time TTG members. And that is when you use coupon code TTG1120 right here, right now. You guys want that money back guarantee? That's only for people that use coupon code TTG1120 right here, right now, before midnight. You guys want that free Amazon Kindle Fire HD? That is only for people that use coupon code TTG1120 right here, right now, before midnight. You have 1 hour and 15 minutes left to do so. With that said, guys, that does it for me here tonight on this live stream. I love you guys from the bottom and depths of my heart. Thank you for joining me here tonight on this live stream. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys feel like you're better prepared now going into the trading day tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Make sure you guys never miss another one of these live streams. And you know it, smash that like button for me. Show me how much you guys appreciate the time, energy, and effort that I put into these lives. I love you guys. I'll see you guys all in in chat tomorrow. I'm going to be focusing on NIO. I told you guys my trade setup. I told you guys a short that I'm going to be going after. If that trade triggers, don't make me come back on here tomorrow and tell you I told you so. Get your butts in chat. Use coupon code THD1120 or use that 7-day trial, whichever floats your boat. I'll be in chat looking at NIO. The question is, where are you going to be? I'll see you guys in chat tomorrow. Have a great night.